So at the time of recording this, we just got a great race at Bristol and we're on our way to Richmond. And that got me thinking, what is the best short track in NASCAR, especially the Cup Series, specifically the Cup Series? They all vary a lot and they still all put on great shows. So let's look at the three tracks in question. We'll start with the oldest. There's Martinsville. Martinsville has been on the Cup schedule since NASCAR's inception. And the first points race they had at Martinsville in 1949 was won by Red Byron, who ended up being NASCAR's first champion. Over the years, it's also gained a few nicknames, such as the Half Mile of Mayhem and more famously, the Paperclip, while also becoming famous for having some of the world's best hot dogs. The Flat Half Mile has been known for beating and banging and hard racing ever since its inception. Even though there's been 139 Cup races alone at Martinsville, it's hard to pick what is the greatest moment at the track.
The heads up, be ready for him.
Here we go. He's going to move him. He's going to move him. He's going to move him.
Here comes Gordon. He's got the inside. They touch once, twice. Drag race. Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, by a fender. Gentleman Jim.
Elliott diving, trying to block. Down the back stretch again. Less than 3 to go. The bumper to the back of the 24. Elliott goes around. Hamlin takes the lead and the caution comes out. And Kenza cleared by Logano. Maybe no. Kenza takes him out. Logano into the wall. Caution comes out and the crowd roars. Out of 3 and 4. This win's going to punch his ticket to the championship 4. Gordon wins at Martinsville.
So for many, Martinsville is number one. It's basically the Wrigley Field of NASCAR and it has the history to match. Next up is another long-standing staple on the Cup schedule. This track is the 3/4 mile Richmond Raceway. It's the biggest short track on the Cup schedule, and Richmond's first Cup race was run on April 19th, 1953. It was won by the legend Lee Petty. Over the years, the track has garnered nicknames such as America's Premier Short Track and Strawberry Hill, as well as also the Action Track. Whether it be the half-mile layout or the 3/4 mile D-shaped layout, it's always had plenty of great moments.
Gas, turn 3, last lap. Traffic ahead. Kyle Busch the leader.
Look at this.
Carl
look at
Edwards
this.
right
look
there.
At this.
Moves
Wow.
him to win it. Carl Edwards bump and dump and run.
Well, there you can see he has the window net down, and Earnhardt continues to work on cleaning off the windshield of car number 3.
Darrell Waltrip's alongside of him.
There's the hook. Bang.
Earnhardt came down, caught the right rear of Darrell's car. There's Darrell Waltrip's Chevrolet, and it is torn.
Time here.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Kenseth is the leader. He gets hit on both sides. He's got Keselowski outside, Gordon inside.
Oh, there's what Brad's a little upset with Matt about, I think. He forced him into the outside wall, or almost did.
And meanwhile, here comes Logano steaming right up the inside.
And there's Jeff Gordon getting in the back of Keselowski. But yet, Joey Logano was just taking advantage of that bottom groove.
Yeah. This late in a race, you always hear things. You always
Look at him right here, though.
Whoa.
3 wide off turn 2.
That can't work. But it did.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes out with a lead. They'll be coming to 17 laps to go.
Way to do it, baby. That's the way to do it. Come on. Stay focused. 17
That
to go. You're the man.
was a power move.
Right on the bottom of the racetrack. They'll be side by side down the back straightaway.
Ooh, man, that was tight off turn 2. He's got him. Oh, I believe he's got him this time. Oh, he turned him.
No.
Oh, he turned him. No.
So Richmond is number one due to moments like these as well as the multi-groove racing that the track usually provides. Lastly, but certainly not the least, is Bristol Motor Speedway. Bristol's first Cup race was won by driver Jack Smith on July 30th, 1961. Over its history, Bristol has been run on both asphalt and concrete. While having seating at different areas all around the track throughout its history, it wasn't until Bruton Smith and SMI bought the track that it was built up into the Coliseum that it is today. The small track over its history has garnered plenty of memorable nicknames like the Bull Ring, World's Fastest Half Mile, the Last Great Coliseum, and of course, Thunder Valley. And while being dominated by guys like Darrell Waltrip, Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt, Cale Yarborough, and now Kyle Busch, it still offers plenty of great entertainment.
Edwards mathematically locked in.
A little nudge here from Kyle Busch. I don't know what's going on there.
Here comes Gordon right up to the bumper again.
Did you hear that wheel spin, Benny?
Yeah, I did hear that wheel spin.
The bump and run.
There it is.
Gordon underneath to the lead. 2 laps to go.
Tony not very happy.
Oh. Gosh, it's familiar. Well, we know what Tony thinks. That's a perfect strike.
That's a nice.
And a slow car right, and Earnhardt is right on his back bumper.
Let's see what strategy he pulls. Oh, Labonte is sideways but wins the race, crashes, and he wins anyway. How about that? Gets way down on the apron of the track, coming to the white flag. There's a leader change, and Labonte takes the lead.
And meanwhile, Ricky Rudd trying to...
Oh, and Earnhardt spins him out.
I was going to get back to him and just rattle him. I wasn't going to wreck him, but I got to him and he turned him around. So didn't mean to really turn around, meant to rattle his cage over.
For the reasons of finishes, crashes, and fights, Bristol ranks #1 for many NASCAR fans across the country. As for me, my personal preference is Martinsville. But looking objectively, it's hard to argue against Bristol being the premier short track in NASCAR. But that's just my thoughts. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below, and until next time, have a good one.